Okay, hello there everybody, I'm Cosmo the Coder, of course, and before I start playing tonight, I'm just gonna give you an opinion. I'm gonna try and not do a rant about Batman Arkham Knight and its re-release on PC, as you can see by the fancy code stuff. Okay, so 28th of October, which was yesterday, for me anyway, saw the re-release of Batman Arkham Knight on PC. Now, the patch that came with it also came with the DLCs that were not made available when the console versions of them came out, which is pretty cool. At least we get them finally. Granted, it's 3 months later, but hey, we got them. It's cool. It's alright. Now, I'll give my opinion on those in a minute because I played them and uploaded the videos, which you may or may not have seen. If you haven't, by all means go check them out. They're not that long, and that'll be another thing I'll mention in just a minute. But here's the deal. The patch basically fixes a few more things, apparently, although they haven't actually told us what it fixes. The things it doesn't fix is SLI, or SLI, however you pronounce it, and crossfire support. That's still broken. They're still working on that. It also has a few issues in paging. So they've actually recommended that if you have like Windows 10 or whatever, you might have some issues with Windows 7 or 8. But they also recommend that if you have 12 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm going to repeat that just in case, excuse me, in case you didn't hear it the first time and were disgusted by the burp I just did, 12 gigabytes of RAM, then you should be okay. Now, I'm lucky I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's just because when I built this computer, the RAM I wanted was fairly cheap and it came as it did. But there aren't many people that have that much RAM unless you have a really high-end high-end gaming computer. Computing gaming? That doesn't make any sense. Now, that's a serious thing. You know, to keep it at 60 frames per second, 1080p, that's still weeks of things that are saying it's not fixed. You've not fixed everything. What is it that it was? It was obviously so broken on release that it's just, a fundamental flaw in the game, and it just scares me. It scares me so much to think that this game was released the way it was by Warner, by Rocksteady, by Iron Galaxy or whatever the fuck its name was. It's been released this way, and it's this shit. 3 months on, they've had 3 and a bit months to fix it all, and it's still not fixed. Now, sorry, I'm still quite angry about this. Now, as to the DLCs, well, I've played them, and to be honest with you, I'm quite disappointed with them. I think I spent 2 hours yesterday playing through them, and for like a 5-minute break, including a 5-minute break for the bathroom break, I managed to get through all of them. Now, yes, I suppose I could go back and do some of the extra bits in whatever it is, the Batgirl DLC. I forgot what it calls it. I was going to say It's a Family Affair or whatever it is. It might be that. I don't know, but I'm not going to bother because I'm not going to spend ages searching around for some chattering teeth and balloons and jack-in-the-boxes, because to be honest, it's just not worth it. And the rest of the DLC is all AR missions or Batmobile stuff, which again is a bit sort of, why would I want to do them? I'm not that competitive. I don't want to get the highest score ranking on whatever in the world because I can spend 3 hours beating the crap out of multiple guys, blocking it and doing all this. I'm not going to bother with it. I might play it just for fun to see what it's like, but I'm not going to, video it and stick it on YouTube for any particular reason because it's dumb. I'm not going to spend any real time playing it when I've got other crap to do. So all in all, in my opinion, the season pass isn't worth it. The DLC that's being released, that has been released so far, isn't really worth it. Now, speaking of DLC, let's move on to probably the thing that's got me wound up the most. Okay, the compensation. Now, they don't have to give you compensation, really. They don't have to. It's courtesy, more than anything. After what happened with Unity last year, Ubisoft were kind enough to say, you know what, here you go. Here's, for those who didn't buy the Season Pass, here's the first DLC free. For those who did buy the Season Pass, have a free game. And they had to do it again this year for some of the reason. I think it was Might and Magic or something in America. I didn't follow the story that much. Warner, or whoever is responsible for this, have basically decided the following is suitable for compensation. If you have got the game, or kept the game since its release, or buy the game before, I think it's November 16th, you will get all the previous Batman Arkham games for free on Steam. Which is great, except it's not that great for those who already own them, which would be the vast majority of people who are fans of Batman Arkham, because they probably already have played them, whether it's on console or PC. Now I can say to you right here, right now, I own all of them. You know, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Origins, and Origins Blackgate. I actually own 2 copies of Asylum and City because I've got the Game of the Year versions when I bought it on the Humble Bundle last year. I think it was last year anyway, at some point fairly recently. So I don't need another copy of it. You know, I've got them. And so the compensation they're offering is completely pointless to me, and completely pointless to a vast majority of the community. You know, just go to the Warner Brother forums. Just go and look at them, and you'll see the number of people upset and angry that this is being offered. It's basically nothing. It's worth nothing to us. And of course, just to top it all, obviously we're all going to get all the DLC now. We will get exclusivity on some community content in January for 1 week. So basically we're going to get 1 week's exclusivity on content we should have gotten for having the Season Pass. Right, yes, that's going to give us nothing again. So I don't know whose decision this was, whose choice it was, who thought this up, but it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What on earth possessed people working there to think that this was a good deal? You know, it's not a good deal. It's crap. It is total and complete crap. And in my opinion, it's another stupid choice. It's another decision made by someone who is not involved in this process, who's not involved in anything to do with the community, nothing to do with the forums, who hasn't read any posts. Basically said, look, we need to offer these guys some compensation. What should we do? Oh, just give them some more games. It's all right. You know, they're 6-7 years old. Doesn't matter. They can buy them for 2-3 quid if they go to the right places. Doesn't matter. You know, this will save us money. You know, we've already lost money on Arkham Knight. Let's not spend more money making it up to people that we've fucked over. Nah, we're not going to do that. So there you have it. You know, basically, from my point of view, the patch fixes stuff. Okay, the game's more playable than it was before. Yeah, in some cases it's not perfect. You know, it doesn't do all the things that you want it to do. And hopefully, at some point in the future, because they give no timescales, once again, they'll fix it. Maybe, possibly. The DLC, well, it depends on your point of view. In my opinion, the story-based stuff, the Harley Quinn stuff I know was already there, but you've got the Red Hood stuff, you've got a Nightwing mission, you've got, you know, the Family Affair stuff, or Batgirl stuff, whatever. It's worth a look, but in all honesty, it's not really worth spending too much time doing it unless you really, really want to. The AR stuff, I'm not going to, like I said, it's kind of, if you want to do it. You'll gain some points which you can spend on upgrades in the actual game. But this is the thing, are you actually going to play the game anymore? Because, you know, the only other DLC stuff you get is outfits for the different characters, for Batman, Nightwing, Catwoman, all that stuff. You've got different outfits which you get as part of these DLCs. Are you really going to play it again? Now, I was lucky that my computer was powerful enough to play the game as it was. And I finished the game, and I was going to do New Game Plus. But I've sort of put it to one side. I'm not bothered. So the question is whether I'm going to ever go back to it. And at the moment, I just don't see the point. You know, it'll be the first Batman game I've not played all the way through with New Game Plus. I mean, even Origins, which was a buggy mess, I played through, you know, the second time round. So, to me, it's sort of a, well, I really should, but do I really want to? I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't know. Well, maybe if I'm in a lull, if I'm not got anything else to play, maybe I will. Maybe. But, you know, that's it. In my opinion, this should have all happened ages ago. And to be left in this mess, once again, I think Warner have ballsed it up. It's simple as that. It's a complete and total balls up. And I can't think back to any kind of time in history, gaming history, as long as I've been aware of games and PC gaming and everything, I've never heard of anything so stupid, such a big blunder. I don't know, maybe I'm just, I don't know. Right, rant over. I'm sorry if it was turned into a rant and I started going around in circles, but that's what I do. That's what I end up doing, and I'm going to cut it short. So thank you for listening to my opinion. Look out for this in my top however many screw-ups of PC gaming this year, because I'm going to try and do a little compilation, hopefully, at the end of the year. No doubt this will be number 1, but there you go, spoiler. But it's well deserved, I think, in this sense. Right, anyway, I'm Cosmo the Coder. I'm going to go play something so I can chill out and relax. Thank you for watching this video. See you later.